Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, we're out here in the old time cave doing a little content on a Monday. So yeah, I said I'd do Monday content, and we're doing Monday content. Now, we have the little wizard just burning away. My latest little wizard addition to the collection. Now, I will say, there is no updates on the bowl number 0. I haven't had a chance to clean out the fountain and prep it for being sealed yet, which is fine because it's just nice that it's here. And I'm happy that it's here, and it will be a project that I'll be addressing in the near future. Anyways, that being said, just enjoying some mild cloudy weather, lower temperatures, and the wind starting to pick up. So it's just nice to hang out in the garage and enjoy some mild weather. And we're burning this wonderful little wizard that I love a lot. And we're going to do a little demonstration, friends. That's right, we're going to do a little demonstration. I'm going to light my pipe here. There. That's nice. Anyways, it's a lovely day. And it took a while for me to get my motor going. I was so just lethargic this morning. I took a lot of coffee and finally some food, and I'm now feeling a little better. True. Didn't do anything really yesterday. We actually watched a couple old movies and just took it easy. But yeah, sometimes the dog gets up in the middle of the night and keeps us up, so that does happen. What I want to share with you guys now, I noticed that I have some newer subscribers, and I love that. I am so honored that people subscribe to the channel. My subscription base is definitely a lot less than some of the more popular YouTube channels, and I'm not trying to compare myself to them or them to my channel, but you know, hey, I'm a meager channel, and that's fine. I embrace that because I think I have a more intimate subscriber base where I can actually answer your questions, like your comments, address your concerns or questions more easily without having thousands of subscribers. So that being said, yay us. But I wanted to address something that some people don't always cover. What's that, you ask? I'll tell you. Now, because of the media, I'm not talking about the news media, but entertainment-wise, cowboy movies, cowboy TV shows, westerns in general, have given people the misconception about kerosene lanterns. Well, many actually. There's very few Western films I've seen that actually have authentic style lanterns in their set design. Mostly are 1930s, 40s lanterns. But anyways, that's just being pedantic about historic accuracy. Yeah. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about is how a lantern works, and how safe these lanterns really are, and how kerosene is a completely different animal than its cousin, gasoline. Gasoline is definitely more volatile for obvious reasons because it needs to ignite from each spark over a cylinder in an internal combustion engine. So it needs to be more volatile to get the power to, drive the pistons forward or backwards, up or down. Anyway, so that has to happen for obvious reasons. Now, kerosene, this is what I usually burn. This is K1 kerosene. You can buy this at Walmart. And in California right now, it's around $11.75 after tax. Okay? Out the door. And this is 1 gallon. Okay? You can buy it in the smaller containers that are metal. The old cans, and that's fun. But the plastic jug, I keep, I transfer this to an old galvanized fuel can that I have in the kitchen. So yeah, I still keep it, period. But it's nicer to pour from those cans than these things. For anyone who's used these, you know that these things like to drip no matter what precautions you take to transfer it from here to another vessel. Yeah, and you always get a puddle of kerosene on the ground no matter what precautions you take. It's annoying. It's the most poorly designed bottle there is. I don't know why. These things just dribble like crazy. You can have it resting on a funnel and it will still be dripping down as you're pouring. And it's just like, come on, man, this is fuel. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to design a new bottle for kerosene containers and revolutionize the whole thing and make them safer, and maybe, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. What I want to do is show you something. I want you to see something that I am really interested in sharing. Now, I've poured some kerosene on the table. You see that little grease spot right there? That is kerosene. I poured a little bit from that bottle onto the bench. Now, watch this. Now, you might be saying, "Gee, Rob, what are you doing? Don't be lighting a match near that thing. You're crazy." Well, guess what? I am going to light a match. I'm going to show you something. We're going to put this child to bed. Okay? We're going to get this over with. We're going to get it dealt with. Okay? Now, in the Western movies, you see that villain cowboy, run up to a tent and take the lantern from the post and throw it into the tent, and it bursts into flame. All right? Or a cabin, or whatever building they want to burn, they use a tubular lantern to start that fire. Now, that being said, is that accurate? No. That's sheer Hollywood fantasy. It is. Now, I can't say I can speak for kerosene of its earlier period. Coal oil or kerosene, what they used to use back in the 19th century, I believe was a little more volatile and had a little more problems. So that might have been more possible at that time. But in 2022 and years leading up to now, from the late 20th century into the 21st century, kerosene has been very highly refined, it's very pure, and it's very clean burning. The K1 kerosene I buy at Walmart, it burns so clean, well, in a hot blast, I don't really smell it. I get a little bit of an odor, but not much. Not enough to, cause any alarm or cause any reaction or discomfort. So, cold blasts definitely like to burn a little stinkier because they are burning hotter, and they don't recycle any of the combusted air that like a hot blast does. So hot blasts, for me, they're ideal to burn inside in the house. And I always have a fan on, and I have air circulating through the living room. So if I'm burning a kerosene lantern, I'm not smelling it. I'm not breathing it. So yeah, it's great. Anyways, I have a system and it works for me. But I want to show you just how safe these things are if they were to tip over. Now, before we do our experiment, I want to show you this. This is a burner cone. Now, we all know what this is. Okay, I'm not going to act like you guys don't know. But for those who may not know, the design behind this is not style, it's function. So the wick comes up through the center here, and you get light. Now, if the lantern was to tip over, this would tip over too, because it's connected to the lantern. Now, what about flame do we understand to behave like? Flame wants to always burn vertically. Okay? Doesn't want to burn horizontally, it wants to burn vertically. Even though if its burner is horizontally, it's going to still want to burn vertically. So that means when the lantern becomes horizontal, the flame will still want to burn upright. So that means this will go right over that flame and snuff it out. And that was the whole design behind this burner cone. So that you have going for you. And I believe, several videos back, I actually demonstrated how the lantern can be extinguished when it tips over. But as you probably saw, there was some leakage because the fuel spilt over past the burner, up through the burner cup, and out onto the fountain, and then onto the surface the lantern was sitting. So you will get some mess. You will get some weepage. You will get some spillage. But is that something to be highly concerned about? No. Well, because if the lantern tips over, the flame will be extinguished, but you will have a mess. Now, is that mess going to be a volatile problem? Well, it depends. If it's on carpet, yes, absolutely. You could definitely drop a match onto that, and you will have a very big fire for a very short period of time. And it would cause damage, naturally. But if it's on a kitchen table, if it's on a metal surface or linoleum or something that is fire resistant, then you're going to be just fine. So I will show you what it does. So this puddle of kerosene here, if I just hold the match over it, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I can drop it into the kerosene and nothing happens. See? It's going out. It's going out. Yeah. It went out. See that? It's just burning the wood. It's not burning the kerosene, it's burning the wood. That's a hot match. And it went out in fuel. So there you go. Kerosene. It has a very high flash point. And that being said, the chances of it actually igniting any fuel in your home, if it should spill out and meet another source of heat, it won't do anything. Now, like I said, if it's over carpet or a combustible type of cloth, then yes, then you do run a risk, and you want to clean that up before it has a chance to catch from any other source. But if it's on a tabletop or you know, a linoleum floor, you're going to be just fine, and you'll just need to get some towels and clean it up and dispose of them properly. And it'll, of course, clean it up, because kerosene does smell. It can be a little pungent, and you don't want to smell that in your home. But so if you're in a situation where the power goes out and you want to use some of these for lighting your house, totally fine. And there's really little chance of them tipping over unless they are bumped, of course. So you want to have them up on a higher spot away from traffic areas, okay? Or you hang it from the ceiling or hang it from something that's safe. Of course, the top of these things get very hot. You can feel the heat while it's burning, and you don't want to touch that. You don't want to touch any of the metal on the upper portions or the globe. The globe is hot too, so you want to keep, you know, of course, keep it away from animals and children, naturally. But they can be very safe to burn, and they are typically in most situations. But yeah, if they tip over, they're going to snuff themselves because of that design cone. And if you get leakage, depending on how much fuel you have in your fount, then it's going to be fine. It's not going to be a problem. So there you go. Good stuff to remember. Good food for thought. Good things to maybe make yourself a little more at ease when you burn a kerosene lantern at a camp out or a picnic or out on your patio or in your home. Now, of course, I usually prefer these in my home. When I burn in the house, I like the hot blast best. Hot blast circulates pre-combusted air, so you get less fumes, so they don't smell as much. The cold blast does not recycle any of its pre-combusted air, because that's why the light is a little brighter, because it just burns purely off of fresh air and it goes right out the top. So you will smell these more than the hot blast ones. Now there are fuels out there that you can buy, like Medallion, I think. Yeah, Medallion does burn very clean as well, and it doesn't really have an odor. There are other fuels that you can burn that are practically odorless. The Sterno lamp oil is very, very clean burning. You will not smell it. I've burned it before, and it is completely odor free. It will not burn as bright, though. It won't burn as bright, but it is odor free, and it is really ideal for indoor burning. And it is designed for those little oil candles that you see at fine restaurants. You know, it has a little glass vessel, you know, with the little candle, you know. That's what those do, and that's why they're odorless. So they're ideal for indoors. But you can burn them in tubular lanterns as well, but they won't burn as bright as K1 kerosene. But anyways, if you want maximum candle power, K1 kerosene's great, especially for outdoors. I always try to use my cold blast outdoors. But sometimes I want to use a cold blast indoors, and so I'll light a cold blast, but it'll be near a window with an exhaust. So I'll have a fan blowing air out of the house. I'll have a window open on the other side or a door ajar so it brings fresh air in. So I have a little bit of a cross ventilation draft going on. And in the summer, that's really nice because it brings in cool air from outside and cools off the house anyways. So with that being said, always be mindful. Don't keep your windows and doors closed when you're burning these things because you will asphyxiate yourself and you will have less oxygen because they do consume oxygen to burn. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in a small room with no ventilation at all with one of these. Even though it will warm up the room, you will have a hard time getting fresh air and you'll get dizzy and maybe pass out and die. I don't know. Anyways, don't do it. I want my subscribers to stick around. So with that being said, hope this helps ease your fears. If anybody has fears that may exist, I hope this puts those at ease and to rest and spread the word that these are not as dangerous as the old TV westerns make them out to be. So cool, awesome. Have a great week, everybody. Now I know some of you are probably curious about the graphics I was designing for my merch that I want to launch. Well, I'm still working on them. I'm assembling other images that I can work on and create for either t-shirts, postcards, or mugs, because I know there's a lot of coffee guys out there and you probably want a mug with a fun lantern design on it. So I'm working on that. So be patient. It's happening. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen. I'm not lying. I'm not even kidding. It's going to happen, but it's taking time because I really want to put my best foot forward, put my best illustrations together, and have something available for you guys. Cool. All right. So stay patient, or keep patient, or be patient, and keep hopeful, and whatever. Just be happy. Just do that. Light a lantern, be happy, relax, chill out, and we'll see you guys in the next video, probably Friday. So if you like this content, definitely subscribe and like and tell a friend. Okay, have a great one. That's all for me today. Take care and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.